Okay guys, I'm obviously seeing a lot more success in the short videos than in the long ones. Now let's just go over stuff I already know. I deleted 200 videos off YouTube because I realised that I was just telling all my own personal stories. So now the stories are on there, not actual stories that happened of me or those around me, but it's just an example of what I've witnessed in many different people's lives. So, toxic people, whether they call them narcissists, borderline, or whatever you want to call them. As you can see, I'm on my bushwalk. It's one of the 4 or 5 things that I used to do to make myself feel good. Now I used to think it was because I was confident, but now I do these things and I'm already feeling confident before I start. Now I just do them. Bushwalks, or walk out like that, work out like that. It could be swimming or go for a bike ride or whatever. But yeah, bushwalks. Another one is meditation. Another one is talking to friends. 4th one is talking and starting conversations with strangers. And the 5th one is martial arts. I'd also like reading and stuff. Anyway, toxic people want you to become one of them, and it's a trap. Because, I'll give you a gem from my life, but this is just a little quote from a couple of my relatives. But the story that I'm just giving you guys as examples are based upon what I've witnessed in many people's lives. It's not a specific story. They want you to become one of them because they want to control you. My cousin said to me about nearly 2 years ago that he's got some shotguns up his sleeve, and I thought it was literal, but he meant people. All these people. And he wanted me to kill the real self so I can be what he wanted. But he just said, oh, you're gonna die, but whatever. Hey, it's been 3 minutes. That's the max for TikTok. So I put this on YouTube as well as TikTok. And the thing is he is a really, really talented person. But yeah, I've always had more fortitude. He had natural more talent. Like when I was a kid, he was a better rugby league player, and he actually won the World Kneeboarding Championship. Had a lot of prospects, and I'm not making any excuses, but his 2 older brothers died. He's got younger siblings, but his 2 older ones died. But what happened is he basically grew up, was heavily involved with drugs, was unemployed for a very long time, wouldn't take any work because he didn't think he needed to work. And yeah, all this type of stuff. Over time, as I kept working, I found myself not in all areas, but in many certain areas, doing a lot better than him. Yeah, that's it. And it's an example. I've seen it in so many different people's lives. So, And if they were always not doing well because, you know, sometimes people are born with better abilities, or should I say more capable in certain areas, but if they give up, hey, you know, so here's the thing. Toxic people want to manipulate you, and if you start playing by their game book, whenever it was that they gave up on their life is when they started to learn that game, that way of trying to get ahead. And you may be on the verge of just saying, stuff it, I'm going to become one of them. That's what they want. If you become one of them, they'll have all that time and experience of operating and doing things that way that you don't have, and they'll use it against you. And the thing is, they only make up a small amount of the population. And you might be doing all these things, and out of your ability to learn from your mistakes, not give up, and acquire the lessons and get better and better as the years go by, weeks, months, years go by, you end up succeeding. And like attracts like. So eventually you're going to be attracting people that have that same mentality. If you hang around with these other guys, it might take 3 or maybe even 4 of them to work together to stop you achieving something, or just cause a barrier, to be honest. Makes things longer. And then they get some other associates and they might be able to succeed that way. But, you know, I like that. If it was 1-on-1 or even 2-on-1 in whatever it is you're doing, you would waste them. Probably even 3-on-1. Whatever it is, you know. And if you've got mates, because it's a psychological game, if you've got mates with a similar mentality as you, similar values, and you guys are hanging out with each other, guess what? They're just as strong mentally or spiritually. I don't know about physically, because that's a natural thing, but you keep working on yourself, you always get better at that. But then there's just the natural elements as well. But, you know, physically and spiritually, they're just as strong as you are. And they don't go by trying to take each other out. Because these toxic people, in the end, from my personal experience, unless they've started to learn from YouTube channels or whatever, or life experience, they are in it for themselves. With a, what is it? What is it? See, we got the abundance mindset. What's that other one? They don't have an abundance mindset. So, from my experience, unless things are changed, they turn on each other anyway. So they may stop certain people from succeeding and stuff, but they don't succeed themselves. Because as soon as someone starts to get a bit ahead, they turn on each other. As for you and your mates, or people you're getting to know, see, I've only been in this region for 2 months, so, you know, certain people I've opened up to a bit, like those who I stay with, and those who I do my training martial arts with, but no one really knows me really well because it takes time. And yeah, so the ones you wind up hanging out with have a similar mentality, which means they're not going to try and stop you from succeeding. They'll be happy to see you succeed, and they're too busy going about their own success to try and stop someone else's. So this video is supposed to be 3 minutes, but me being me, I talked a bit longer. It's been 10 minutes. So I've been on this bush book for an hour and 15 minutes. So I wanted to get to the end of this trail, but I know in about an hour and a half time, 2 hours time, it's going to be dark. So in about 10 minutes I'm going to turn around, maybe 5 minutes, turn around and start walking back. And yeah, beautiful. This is the second walking track that I've been area that I've been down in this 2 months, because you know they've all got multiple walking tracks. If you're working full time and you're doing martial arts and meditation, and then you got these two areas within a 5-minute space of where you are on the weekend, is pretty good, man, because I've already noticed at least 7 walking tracks are on this one, and there's another few on the other one. So, you know, once I've done all the ones here and all the ones on the other one, which I pretty much have twice, then we'll just keep all these walk tracks in my mind, as well as look for new ones. It's good to come back to familiarity as well as try new ones. Have you been here in 12? Have you been here for 2.5 months, and you found about 10 walking tracks, but they all are in 2 areas, like you park your car and that's one area, you know, that's enough for that time period, then you start getting onto more. So yeah guys, that's why you don't want to become one of them. They're all in it for themselves, so eventually, you know, they might think awesome. You might have a victim mindset, and you might think, oh awesome, I'm stopping these people and I'm going to become successful. No, because the other ones have the same mindset as you, which was to stop others from succeeding. And guess what? Guess who's in your support group? That type of people. So if you start succeeding, guess who's going to try and bring you down? And if you're hanging around with people with the mindset of abundance mindset, when those around them are succeeding, they're happy. And when other people are succeeding in other areas, they're happy because they know they can succeed too. They have an abundance mindset. And when you turn to your mates for support, every here and there, you're going to have that type of people to back you up. The real deal. Now I'm going to turn around and head back. So, you're actually better off being alone than being with the idiots who want to pull others down. And you're even better having some mates that have an abundance mindset. Okay. See you. Bye.